Hello, everybody from beautiful Northwest Yokohama. I'm out of the studio enjoying this gorgeous autumn day that we've got going. Welcome to Soracast for October 30th, 2025. As we speak right now, there is a low pressure system bubbling off the shore of Shikoku, the Pacific coast of Shikoku. It's going to be stagnant for tonight. It's going to start to build up strength. Then from tomorrow, it's going to start to be big enough to clash with the cooler, drier air up north. It's going to start to produce rain, and it will start to move. From about Okayama, it's going to start to move over toward Kansai, then on up through Chubu, through Kanto, and then on up into Hokkaido. The rain and the wind that this storm leaves behind will be formidable, and I am going to tell you right now, do not take this storm lightly. Given the latest models, I got some data here. I just want to share that with you. Starting at Okayama, the rain is going to start at about 3 o'clock in the morning. Peak is going to hit at about noon. Total for Okayama, you're going to get about 53 millimeters of precipitation before this thing closes. It leaves your area at about midnight on the 31st. Osaka, same story. You're going to start to get rain from about 3 o'clock in the morning. The peak will hit at about 3 p.m., 12 hours later, right? And you're going to be getting about 19 millimeters an hour at some points. You'll have a total of about 55 millimeters before the rain starts tapering off in Kansai at about midnight. Same story for Kyoto and Kobe, those areas, right? Nagoya, the low is going to start to hit you at about noon, somewhere between noon and about 1400. You'll get a peak at about 6 p.m. of about 10 millimeters of rain an hour, and then possibly another peak around midnight of about 12 millimeters an hour. By the time all is said and done, by the time it leaves your area at 3 a.m. on the 1st of November, you will have 31 millimeters of rain in your total. Tokyo, Yokohama, also valid for Saitama and Chiba. We're going to start to see the rain here at about 4 p.m. in about 24 hours from now. We're going to start to see the rain here. We're going to have a peak at about 9 p.m. tomorrow. It's going to hit 24 millimeters an hour in many places. Perfect time to order Domino's, ask the pizza guy to come and deliver you something good. Perfect timing on that. By the time all is said and done, the storm will leave the Kanto area at about 6 a.m. on the 1st of November. We'll have about 38 millimeters on average in our rain buckets. Utsunomiya, they're going to start to get hit at between 4 and 5 p.m. They're going to have a peak at about 9 p.m. on the 31st of 18 millimeters an hour. They're going to get 34 millimeters of rain before the system passes them in the early morning hours of the 1st. Aomori, they're going to start to get hit about midnight. 6 a.m., they're going to start to get the peak of about 14 millimeters of rain. They're going to have a total of 42 millimeters roughly by the time this is all said and done. Sapporo, Wakanai, Kushiro, you guys are going to start to average, you're going to get an average of about 50, 60 millimeters of rain out of the system during the peak, which will be in the late afternoon, early evening hours of the 31st. You guys should see somewhere between 25 to 40 millimeters of rain an hour. It's going to be a very, very intense storm by the time it gets up to Hokkaido. And here's the big story, the winds. A little bit of good news in this is that the winds are going to be moderate from Okayama on up to about Kanto, 18, 24 kilometers, give or take, right? But by the time it gets to Kanto, the storm will have developed enough to where we're going to get 40 kilometers an hour onshore, maybe 20 kilometer an hour winds inland, like Saitama, Ibaraki, thereabouts. From there, pardon me, from there, it's going to start to pick up. Sendai, 40 kilometer an hour sustained winds, 70 kilometer an hour gusts. Aomori, 40 kilometer an hour sustained, 100-kilometer-an-hour gusts. Hakodate, and pretty much all of Hokkaido, you're going to see 40 to 60 kilometer an hour sustained and up to 120 kilometer an hour gusts in some areas. This is not a storm to be trifled with. Please take care. It's not going to be a typhoon. It's not going to be that strong, but it sure as hell is going to try to be one. We're going to get some serious rain tomorrow. You guys stay safe. Don't do anything foolish. I know it's Halloween, especially, Shibuya people are going to want to, go out there and do whatever. Strongly advise not to do that this year. Okay. Take care. That's your Soracast for today. We'll be talking to you later.